everyone, Bernard here. I hope you're all very well. Welcome to my film and TV channel. It's a bit chilly today, so I've got my hoodie on. It's well, we live in England. I should be used to it by now, shouldn't I? So we're going to have a look at a movie today, a film review today. And it's classed as an action drama, but a little bit more on that. There's not so much action, unfortunately, but it's classed as an action drama when you look at all the read-ups. So we're going to have a look at a film called Proxima, P-R-O-X-I-M-A, Proxima. Please, if you're new to the channel, push that subscribe button, push the bell notifications, that'll be absolutely fantastic. And please, we're trying to get 500 subscribers by Christmas 2020. We're sort of on target now, so hopefully we can get there. I just need that final push now. Less than 40 to go as I'm recording this. I mean, obviously it does go up and down, mainly up. We do get the odd down, but there you go. So any help, if you've not subbed already, that'll be fantastic. And please check all my playlists, loads of stuff out there, nearly 700 videos I've put out now on various things. And please, you will notice football ones as well. So if you or anyone you're interested in my football ones for my club, Manchester City, I do history vlogs and also current vlogs on Manchester City. What's happening now, what's happened in the past. So please, if you know anyone or you're interested yourself, please check those out. That'll be absolutely fantastic, and give someone a kick if you say, oh, this guy's all right. I try and entertain and inform, as you know, if you watch any of my vlogs, so that'd be fantastic. Right, here we go. Comments, always, please don't have to comment about this particular film. You can comment about what you want, and please, views are nice, but if you can leave us a thumbs up if you're happy with it, that'd be absolutely fantastic. It's nice to know you're out there. Yeah, Proxima, it's actually a French-based film. So there are subtitles involved, but there's a lot of English as well. So I would say it's probably 60% foreign language, 40% English, but it doesn't detract from it. It doesn't detract from the film at all. So that's why I don't normally do, obviously, subtitle films, but this is, as I say, there's quite a big proportion of English as well. So that's why I've picked on this one. 12 rating, so yeah, action drama, more on that in a moment. Directed by Alice Winocour. A runtime of 1 hour and 47 minutes. It stars Eva Green, Matt Dillon, Zelia Boulant, Alexei Fativ and Lars Eidinger. Green plays Sarah, a French astronaut training at the European Space Agency in Cologne. The only woman in the arduous programme, she has been chosen to be part of the crew of a year-long space mission called Proxima. Putting enormous strain on a relationship with her daughter, the training begins to take its toll on both as Sarah's training progresses and the launch looms ever closer. The film was actually shot in various real training facilities of the European Space Agency. I mean, there's obviously a feature at the end in Russia, which was quite interesting, but we'll talk about that later. How's it doing? What are people thinking? Well, Rotten Tomatoes, it's got an 83% positivity rating, which is fantastic. 83%, that's based on 100 scores as well. 83 fresh and just 17 rotten. So, yeah, well liked by the critics. The average of that is 7.1 out of 10. The consensus, this is what the critics agree, Proxima sometimes struggles to communicate its themes, but worthy intentions and a powerful central performance from Eva Green more than compensate. It could be, excuse me, it could be Eva that as opposed to Ava. My apologies, Eva or Ava, I'm not too sure how they pronounce it. The Metacritic, the critics on their Metascore rated it 71 out of 100 based on 19 critics. It scores anywhere between 5 out of 10 and 10 out of 10. Slant Magazine's Jake Cole, he didn't like it too much. He said, the film falls back on a reductive rumination on the balance between maternal obligation and career aspiration. I think he swallowed a dictionary there, didn't he, Mr. Jake Cole there? He didn't like it. The film stage's Jared Mobarak, he liked it a little bit more, 7.5 out of 10. This is a very quiet and contemplative film driven by characters above plot. Yep, and the Hollywood Reporter, he liked it even more. Jordan Mintzer for the Hollywood Reporter, he scored it 8 out of 10 and said, this superbly crafted yet intimate family drama is so realistic in terms of its setting and technical specificity. It sometimes feels like a documentary. It's perhaps a tad deliberate in spots, hitting its central theme too heavily on the nose, but Proxima pulls off an impressive balancing act between the personal and the astronomical. There you go, so he liked it. Right, 6.4 out of 10. What's that? Well, that's the Internet Movie Database score. So that's not a bad score, is it? That's based on over 4,000 reviews as I'm doing this. Nearly 4,100 reviews and scores have been left on Internet Movie Database. 6.4 out of 10. So that's not bad. I saw that before I watched it. So I was quite looking forward to the film. Some of the positives, some of the positive comments that have been left by Joe Public, you and me. Realistic portrayal and true-to-life emotions. A good film that could have been great. Good, but could be better. I mean, these are positives, don't forget. A good, sincere cinema. Someone else went on to say, an emotive family drama that will disappoint those hoping for a sci-fi bombast. Yeah, I mean, as I say, the action side is pretty negligible, to be honest with you. Someone else said, a sublime and intimate portrayal of family life. It just so happens that Mummy is an astronaut. But what's really wonderful here is the humanisation of a career path, showing that no matter what you do for a living, we are all vulnerable and we are all affected by our very human nature and core emotions. There you go. And the final two positives. I love this film. It was gentle portrayal of the relationship between a mother and her young daughter and the impact that the mother's ambitions have on their time together. And finally, a beautiful movie, but don't expect flashy sci-fi. Yeah, there you go. Have we got any cons? Yeah, we do. We do have some negatives. We have pros, we have cons. Someone wrote simply, absolutely dislike it. Someone else, uneventful and unremarkable melodrama. Someone wrote, it's fine, but a bit pointless. Someone else wrote, stereotypes, cliches, absolutely a stinker. And someone else wrote, similar to what the other one said about the unremarkable melodrama, someone just wrote turgid melodrama. So yeah, I can appreciate the melodrama aspect of this. Right, Bernard's thoughts, my little thoughts on this film. First of all, as I say, it is mainly 60%, 40% subtitles, so if you're not really into that sort of thing. But to be fair to the thing, it's not that it doesn't really lose too much by reading the subtitles, because it is a verbal drama. There's not a lot of action in it. So you're not burdened with anything too lengthy in French or Russian or other languages that are spoken in it anyway. So, as I say, it's probably one you could probably put up with if you're not really a big fan of subtitles, because as I say, it's not too bad, and there's quite a large element of English as well. Yeah, forget the action side. This is a drama. And it's quite slow paced at that. It is a little bit slow burning. It does progress through, but it is a little bit of a slow paced drama. But it doesn't mean it's not a watchable film. I mean, if you do like that, if you're expecting, I'll tell you in a minute, if you're expecting a little bit more action, you will be disappointed. I mean, it does push to the extreme believability as far as what happens around the build up to a space flight. I mean, I was questioning lots of things that were going on. So many obvious things that you'd imagine would have any jaunt into space being cancelled by what happened in the build-up to this film, to be honest with you, both physical and psychological. Not to mention security protocols at the launch site, which appear to be a little bit lax, to say the least, in this era of terrorism, even though it's in Russia, obviously. Even in this area, you sort of think, well, is that right? Is this how lax things are? But perhaps they don't bother with Mother Russia. Perhaps they don't want to take the chance and cause trouble there. I'm not too sure. But so there's a little bit of poetic license, I think, to make a little bit of a dramatic ending on a family drama side rather than an action side. For that, I really enjoyed Ava Green. I thought she was absolutely excellent, and it's absolutely superb. Whether she's talking French or English, it didn't matter. She was absolutely brilliant. And the young Zelly Boulin, who plays her daughter, again, you know me and child actors, I'm not overly, I never usually praise them, but I think she did really, really well in this. I think young Zelly, or Zelia, that's how you pronounce it, did really well. So there you go, child actor alike. There's a shock for you. And it was the relationship between the mother and daughter, which is basically what this film is, which did keep me watching, but purely on that basis. I mean, the bits and pieces of astronaut camaraderie and space training were okay. There wasn't too much of it. And you did really get a feel for the sort of rundown feel to Star City as well. I mean, it just seems to be all patched together, a bit budget sort of job. Star City's a launch site, and yes, there was a little bit of a documentary feel to it, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, as I say, I might go and seek out a documentary on Star City as a result of watching this. All right, they won't get me. They won't get me up in that catchful for millions of pounds because some of the launch stuff looks far too old-fashioned to me. But then again, I'd probably want Starship Enterprise and stuff. I wouldn't. You wouldn't sit me on a rocket on a rocket like that and send me up into the air. Yeah, I mean, despite a good mark, the 6.4, there is a fair amount of criticism, some justified. It does sort of push the boundaries of credibility sometimes. And I didn't really like Matt Dillon's character. He's okay, Matt Dillon. He's not one of my particularly favourites, but he plays a male astronaut who looks as though he's stuck in a time warp. Some of the things he said are sort of from the 70s with his views on women, etc. And I mean, it just feels a little odd in a modern film like this for Matt Dillon. I'm not sure what the point of that was, so it made it a little bit silly because obviously he's stuck in a time warp. His character, not obviously Matt Dillon, his character's stuck in a little bit of time warp. But yeah, that's sort of a bit odd for me in this, and it tried to make confrontation out of it. I'm sure they could have come up with other ways of doing that, but without actually going back in time and be obviously a guy who obviously, I think I'm not giving too much away. I mean, one of the first comments was that obviously she's French, she'll do the cooking on the spaceship. I mean, that sort of thing. It's just silly. It just doesn't fit with the modern era, if you like. But overall, the two ladies, the mother and daughter, are worth the watch in my eyes, and that's what I enjoyed about this. And my score is for the drama and not really the space side. I mean, obviously, I do like things like Apollo 13. You're not going to get anything like that. Space Cowboys, obviously, a more silly adventure on the silly adventure front, but there's nothing like that in this. It's purely really a mother and daughter relationship and how they cope with being apart and various things. So yeah, I think if you're looking for the space side more than the drama side, then please probably give it a miss. It won't be your sort of thing. A few liberties were taken, I think, to enhance this aforementioned family drama. I don't believe for 1 minute some of the laxness around the launch site, etc., would have been in real life. But there you go. Yeah, so my rating. I'm gonna be up there. Obviously, it's 6.4 on Internet Movie Databases, and I'm gonna give it a 6.5 out of 10 for the drama side, not the space side, and that's how I'm marking it because the action side is pretty weak, to be honest with you. It's just really a drama under exceptional circumstances, how ordinary people cope when something strange is happening, which it is. Obviously, if your mother's an astronaut and you're a young child living with your estranged father, obviously the relationship's broken up between the mother and the father. So yeah, it is that side of it. So if that's your sort of thing, it's a great little watch. The space is just sort of secondary to it all. So I'm going to give it 6.5 out of 10. The poster, yeah, I mean, you can just about see the rocket in the background. I wouldn't mind a little bit more of the rocket, to be honest with you, but I think then it's a nice image. I think that's a lovely image of the mother in the astronaut's outfit and the child. I think that's good. I do like it. It's simple. It is what it is on the tin. This is the film basically in a picture, and this is what it's all about. That is basically the story, if you like, of them two. So yeah, I'm not going to give it as much as the film. I'm going to give it a good 6 out of 10. The poster, I think that's all right. Perhaps a bigger rocket next time would have given it a little bit of a higher score, but there you go. Right, this film's actually out to buy as I'm recording this. It's out to buy in a couple of days, so this is available to buy on DVD and Blu-ray. $9.99 on DVD, $12.99 on Blu-ray. In the UK, please check your territories online and obviously in store from November the 23rd. So that's out from November the 21st. So if you fancy this, and as I say, if you like a nice drama, then I think it's worth it. I think if someone give me a tenner, yeah, I would be hard pushed to find a better film this week to buy because there's not that many coming out at the moment. So there you go. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please check my links on screen. And if you follow or friend me on Facebook and Twitter, I do check every couple of days and follow and friend everyone back. That'll be great. Please check the playlist, as I said, and please check out moviegamenostalgia.com. If you know, I had a video shop in the 90s and 2000s. I still sell old and rare DVDs, movie posters from the 90s and 2000s, some great actors, some great films, and some board games on there as well. So you can check out moviegamenostalgia.com. A thumbs up to you. Much appreciated. Anyway, thanks for joining me. What are we going to do the rest of the day? Have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your family. More importantly, let's all look after each other. Until we meet again on the Film and TV channel, or you zip over to my footy channel. Please stay safe, everyone. Bernard saying goodbye for now.